Barely 3 years ago, a most impressive new shape appeared on Britain's roads. It was the Bedford Midi. Careful market research had identified the need for a vehicle in the 1-ton payload category that would provide operators with exceptional load space within a compact external size. The Midi's design was focused exclusively on that achievement. Its fully forward control layout meant that a greater proportion of the body area was available for carrying loads, which, after all, is how a van earns its keep. At the same time, the design assured excellent weight distribution, which in turn produced confidence-making ride and handling qualities. And finally, the high-up position surrounded by obstruction-free glass, the driver had a level of visibility that few competitive vans could equal, and none could better. So it's hardly surprising that a range with such qualities, and many more besides, should find immediate acceptance with a wide spectrum of van operators, which Midi did, and is still doing. Since its introduction in 1985, it has established itself as the undisputed leader of the 1-ton compact sector of the market. Well over 30% of the vehicles in this sector registered in the UK in 1987 carried the Bedford Midi name. Now that's an achievement that justifies pride, but certainly not complacency. Constant product development is essential to hold a position of leadership. And this is how the Bedford Midi intends to confirm and extend its dominant position in 1988. Over the next 15 minutes or so, we'll demonstrate clearly why the Midi is in perfect shape to start powering even further ahead. One of the master keys to Midi's success is its versatility. Midi is not just a model, but a comprehensive range within which operators will find the model to meet their needs exactly. For a start, there are two wheelbases, short and long. Two van body styles, panel and window. Two roof heights, standard and high on long wheelbase models. Two trim levels, standard and extra cost-conscious fleet. And the range is rounded off impressively by the exciting yet supremely practical Midi estate. Let's look at each model a little more closely. Short wheelbase vans have a body volume of 184 cubic feet. That's 5.2 cubic meters. Deck over 8.5 feet long, 2.62 meters. Carrying capacities vary according to engines, but are always in excess of 1 ton. The window van is identical in size and capacity and can be supplied with or without an additional rear seat for 3 people. This model is a perfect starting point for special bodywork conversions. Moving up to long wheelbase models, Midi offers an increased body volume of 208 cubic feet, 5.9 cubic meters, with the standard roof height. And a truly cavernous 244 cubic feet, 6.9 cubic meters, in the high roof models. In both models, there is over 9.5 feet, 2.95 meters, of load deck available, and high roof models will take items over 5 feet, 1.58 meters, upright, comfortably. Again, the window van versions, which have an additional rear seat option, are dimensionally similar, and all long wheelbase vans have a carrying capacity of over 1 ton. The Midi estate is a true star in its own right. With the luxury specification throughout, it comes as a supremely comfortable 8 or 9-seater. And that's just the start. The back row of seats folds down to create extra luggage space when up to 6 passengers are on board. And the 2 rear rows together convert into a restful double bed. Room for all the family, or just the 2 that matter. Undoubtedly, the Midi range offers a degree of choice that can't be bettered anywhere. Panel vans, window vans, short wheelbase, long wheelbase, standard roof, high roof, standard trim level or fleet, plus the Midi estate. And that choice can now be multiplied by 3, because Midi offers the most comprehensive range of engines to be found in the 1-ton compact sector. 3 entirely new power units are now introduced: 2-litre petrol, 2.2-litre diesel, and a potent 2-litre turbocharged diesel. Undeniable proof that Midi is powering further ahead.
The new petrol engine is an advanced design 4-cylinder overhead cam unit, which delivers an excellent blend of power and economy. Light and robust, it incorporates up-to-date technology with high combustion efficiency and transistorized electronic ignition. Its smoothly progressive power curve peaks at 81 brake horsepower, 60.5 kilowatts, at 4,800 revs. The maximum torque of 111 pounds-feet, 151 newton-meters, comes in at around 2,500 revs. And there's adequate response at lower and higher speeds. That means highly flexible pulling power with fewer gear changes, which all adds up to excellent drivability. It's designed to run on 2-star fuel, and no modification is required to switch to unleaded petrol. A fine engine in every respect, and utterly reliable no matter how hard or long it's asked to work. The new naturally aspirated diesel powering the Midi is a 4-cylinder 2.2-litre overhead cam indirect injection unit, modern in design with a very favourable power for weight factor and excellent economy. It develops 60 brake horsepower, 45 kilowatts at 4,400 revs, and the maximum torque of 93 pounds-feet, 126 newton-meters, is achieved very low down the scale, at just 2,000 revs. The urge is there right from the start. A special piston design, allied to electrically heated glow plugs, ensures prompt starting, even in the coldest conditions. And this design ensures very little noise when the engine is idling. In fact, its noise levels at all stages are notably low for a diesel of this type and size. Like its petrol counterpart, it's a most enjoyable engine to sit behind and makes the Midi a very easy vehicle to drive. And now, turbo technology is introduced in a Bedford van for the very first time. Although Bedford experience with turbocharged engines in larger vehicles is extensive. Like the naturally aspirated diesel, it's a 4-cylinder indirect injection unit and shares many of the design features found in that model. But its turbocharged design produces extra performance and better economy, with slightly less cubic capacity. Peak output of 68 brake horsepower, 51 kilowatts, is developed at barely 4,000 revs, and the maximum torque of 123 pounds-feet, 167 newton-meters, appears as low as 2,300 revs, which all makes for flexible response, effortless performance, and shorter journey times. The turbocharger itself is a simple sealed unit, which needs no special maintenance or attention beyond routine servicing. The engine is extremely quiet in operation, and it brings a smoothly potent feel to the Midi around town and on the open road. With the combinations of wheelbase, body style and engines that are available, Midi offers a far wider model choice than any of its competitors in the 1-ton compact class. But Midi not only scores on model choice. Throughout the range, its specification standards and features stamp it as the natural leader. Smartest aerodynamic styling puts the 1988 Midi way ahead in eye appeal and in operational efficiency. And the all-round vision through its restful tinted glass windows and laminated windscreen is superb. Access brings the Midi top marks too. There's the full-width, high-opening tailgate with handles each side for total convenience of operation. On the near side, every Midi has a wide, smooth-action sliding load door. Easy access steps are provided at both these points, and a second sliding door on the offside is optional on panel van models. Loading heights are low, and Midi's floor is obstruction-free, with extra height inside the high roof model. Midi's cab is in a class apart. Easy step-in with convenient assist handles. Smart basalt grey cloth upholstery, colour-matched to the doors and headlining. High-back body-contoured seats with integral head restraints. Fully adjustable driving position with crystal-clear instruments always visible through the smart new design steering wheel. Large door mirrors each side, plus an interior mirror. Between seats, document storage box and console. Slick floor shift gear change for the 5-speed all-synchromesh gearbox. Or an optional column change except with turbo models when a third cab seat takes the place of the document box. AM push-button radio with 2 speakers in panel and window vans, with a stereo radio cassette player as an option. Entirely new design heating and ventilation system for greater efficiency and comfort, with fast airflow for speediest windscreen and side window demisting. Optional fleet specification, which features vinyl seat trim in place of cloth. And a whole list of other options for Midi panel vans. Load restraint frame. Load restraint eyes. Interior tailgate handle. Electrically operated cab windows, rear compartment vinyl lining, rear compartment heater, power-assisted steering, additional rear fog guard lamp, mud flaps. Midi window vans have all the features found in panel vans, plus tinted glazing throughout the body. The cab can be fitted out for 3, 2, or just the driver on his own. A folding rear seat for 3 is optional, as are sliding windows in the saloon. As transporters for crews and equipment, or as the starting point for a special conversion, Midi window vans are the ideal choice. And when it comes to all the comforts of a large estate car, plus all the room you need for luggage, there's the incomparable Midi Estate. Luxury comes as standard all the way through. Smartest styling, smoothest access, impressive decor with colour-keyed carpet and headlining, electric windows, interior tailgate opening feature. It's all there in the Midi Estate, plus much more besides. The cab comes with 2 seats or 3. In the latter case, a column-mounted gear change is fitted. The front saloon seat slides to give easiest access to the saloon. The rear seats fold down to make extra luggage space, yet there's still room for up to 6 passengers to be carried in full comfort. And the saloon seats convert into an inviting double bed for a rest on an overnight trip or a quick refresher on a long journey. A high-quality, electronically tuned stereo radio cassette player comes as standard, with 4 speakers to do its output full justice. Rear fog guard lamp. Additionally, such items as power-assisted steering, alloy wheels and vinyl seat trim in lieu of cloth are available as options. As the ideal vehicle for family needs or an image-enhancing courtesy service, the Midi Estate is the leader in its class. Versatility and choice are the keynotes of the Midi range, and that pattern carries right through to the quality finish. There's a choice of 7 colours with every model. Cargo white, cargo blue, cargo yellow, bright red, grey stone, slate green, or sandstone. Alternatively, a birch grey primer finish can be specified when special livery treatments are to be applied. Truly, there is a Midi to suit the widest range of needs and preferences.
Midi's quality of finish is the visible element of the total quality which is built in at every stage of production. Advanced, high-technology systems are at the very heart of the £70 million facility at Luton at which Midi is built. Computer-controlled processes complement workforce skills throughout pre-treatment, painting, assembly and finishing. Behind everything is an electronic brain that controls the overall production process from start to finish. Systems include a £10 million paint plant incorporating state-of-the-art procedures which give Midi exceptional corrosion protection. The Elpo phosphate plant provides a 10-stage total immersion process, which ensures that every nook and cranny of the body is protected against corrosion. Thorough treatment with primer and underbody seal is followed by the final colour, applied to the body by an automatic spray. Every Midi body carries a personal programmed microwave unit, which broadcasts its exact position constantly. The system ensures that the right materials and other operational requirements are exactly where they're needed, when they're needed, as well as providing a constant and automatic check on each aspect of the critical manufacturing process. Quality assurance is paramount at every stage of the total process, yet final inspection is even more stringent. It includes a simulated daylight area so that the final product is seen through the most discerning customer's eyes. Bedford's objective is always to meet the highest expectations of its customers. Every Midi says quality through and through.
And that quality is equally apparent in the range of accessories Bedford has developed. Now, for new Midi, the choice of accessories is even greater. Tailoring a Midi to a particular business use has never been easier. The accessories available are too many to mention, but here are just a few examples that Bedford van dealers can supply. Roof luggage carrier systems, including a heavy-duty rack for long, awkwardly shaped items. Load partition kit for extra driver-passenger protection. Towing attachment, complete to EEC regulations. Cargo restraining strap with quick release action. Front nudge bar with or without fog lamp mounting points. Bronze tinted glass sunroof for standard roof models. And a whole new range of in-van racking and shelving kits. Security screens, anti-slip mats, cargo liners, plus a brilliantly conceived sliding load platform that makes loading and unloading fragile or heavy equipment up to 400 kilograms easier and safer. These are just a few products from the GM-approved accessory range, which also caters for lighting equipment, customizing stripes, decals and wheel trims, carpet mats, audio equipment, and much, much more. Your local Bedford dealer will be able to show you a selection of Midi accessories, as well as offering advice on how to tailor them to your particular needs.
Product quality is just the start of the story when you buy a Midi or any other Bedford van. From the moment you take delivery, your investment is backed by equally fine support services. There's a network of around 380 Bedford van dealers throughout the UK, ensuring that Bedford service is always in the right place at the right time. Highly skilled staff are factory trained and backed by Bedford recommended tools and equipment. And Bedford service is available on the continent through the General Motors dealer organisation. A fast, consistent supply of genuine Bedford replacement parts at competitive prices is assured by General Motors Service Parts Operations UK. In the vast computer-controlled storage and handling warehouse at Toddington in Bedfordshire, over 100,000 different items are on call. Regular stock deliveries are made to all Bedford van dealers and priority orders are supplied within 24 hours. Bedford warranties and their interpretation are among the most generous in the British motor industry, which underlines the confidence that Bedford has in its products. Each Midi is covered for full labour and material costs for the first year, with unlimited mileage. Thereafter, up to 2 years extended warranty cover is provided, for a very realistic outlay, by Bedford Mechanical Breakdown Protection. Bedford Road Call is Bedford's exclusive roadside repair and recovery service, on call 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Membership is free and automatic for every new Bedford, for a full 12 months from the date of its first registration. In the financial area, the Bedford Retail Finance Plan is at the service of every Midi owner. Whether a leasing, hire purchase or contract hire arrangement is required, the plan provides the necessary financing on flexible terms. An arrangement can be made at any Bedford van dealership in the UK. Finally, through special arrangement with Lloyd's of London, Bedford owners can obtain extremely competitive wide cover insurance for their vehicles and drivers. So in short, Bedford back you all the way. I said at the outset that we would demonstrate clearly why Midi will be strengthening its position in the market. Well, this, I think you'll agree, has been achieved. The 1988 Midi is undoubtedly a fine range of models, without equal from any other manufacturer of compact one-tonners. Short wheelbase, panel and window vans. Long wheelbase, panel and window vans, in standard or high roof versions. Standard and fleet trim levels, plus the incomparable Midi estate. All available with petrol, diesel or turbocharged diesel power, the only vehicle in its class with such a choice. Midi is yet another positive example of the quality range of Bedford vans, complementing the other fine models. Astra van in the car-derived sector, the purpose-built Astra Max, and the market-dominating microvan, Bedford Rascal. Midi has indeed enjoyed great success since its introduction in 1985, and these latest models will power it still further ahead in 1988. Its position as leader in its segment of the market is assured and will strengthen. Midi. There is no finer choice you can make.